Woo! By the way, everybody, there's probably going to be a lot of tater references in this video. Woo! Tater skip! The spinny potato. Flying potato. Woo! The horny potato, nothing stopped it. There's blasted right through. All right, everybody, here we go. The horny potato on water. You know, I'm finding that it's pretty light on the shoulder, and it's got kind of like a half wall in there, so I can grab it like by that half wall pretty easy and let it just balance on my shoulder. Doesn't feel heavy at all. At 47, 48 pounds, it feels like. Normal creek boats might be well over 50 something pounds, which starts mattering a lot if you're hiking into runs or racing. And just sitting in it right away, I like the tilt on the bulkhead. The bulkhead has a forward tilt to it, and these thigh braces are very cushiony. So outfitting wise and sizing, I feel it's sized for me pretty good. I didn't have to do anything. I've got an XL skirt, and this feels like an XL rim. Just like the Machete, it has this kind of secondary. It's not got a good, the primary kind of drops off fast, and then there's a secondary. It feels narrow. Gets up to speed really good. I can already tell you, this feels like a race boat. This thing feels fast. Very interesting on those sidewalls too. It kind of hits them and then stops. The horny potato, what do you think? Chris says it's interesting. That's always a plus. I'm just going to go on downstream and see what it's like paddling downriver. It looks like it's catering to loading that tail. You know, I'm surprised how well this bow works. The overall look of this bow does not look like it works this good, but this thing is like popping over things. I'm loving the zippiness and speed of it, and the way it kind of does that. It feels like it shoves that back tail. Like it loads that back tail and pushes it forward more. When you get it on that sidewall, it's a trapper. Woo! So it does get shoved around on those sidewalls, but I kind of like the feeling a little bit to challenge your paddling. is surprisingly fast. It drops back on that rocker in the tail, but it doesn't swamp out. And the speed stays very clean. Look how fast this thing goes. I'm not even paddling that hard. Harder. One of its best features is definitely its speed. Second best feature is how like whippy it is in and out of like eddies and eddy turning. Y'all, final thoughts here on the Horny Potato 85. You know, Chris absolutely loved the Horny Potato. I could tell. He said it was very interesting, so whatever that means to him. But just going over this thing on what it paddled like on water, I'll start out with what it did really well. What I think it did really well, it's fast. It is very fast. It doesn't have a lot of rocker, and it comes off very smooth and clean. I think this is one of the better race boats out here. It's a little under 9 feet. This tail just seems to drop back, and it gets faster off of this like way it's tapered in right here. It gets faster when it goes down river like that. Oh, it loves eddy turns. This thing whips into eddies with this hard sidewall. You could whip it into eddies, turn, and then drop back really fast. Very impressive on its eddy turning capabilities. When you're coming into a boof, I was curious what this right here would do, and believe it or not, you can lean down and kind of tail load this, and it pushes right here and it sends you out, and this thing will get back. Look how it kind of gets back. It gets back and comes off like that. Very impressive. This is one of these boats that you're going to get in it and you're going to be like kind of feeling wonky at first, but after you paddle it around a little bit, you're going to really start to tune this boat in. So by the end of the day, I was really liking how this thing paddled. And just overall, the way it felt, very smooth in the water. I never felt out of control when I was in rapids, and it's very fast. It almost craves big burly rapids. It wants to get on like pushier stuff, you could tell. So then what did it not do so well? What I think it didn't do so well, right here, it would get slammed at times. If you wasn't ready for it getting slammed, it will roll you. There was a few times I had to throw in some unintentional braces because it locks right here and it gets pushed a little bit. I didn't feel it so much up here, and you know what? I kind of, now that I remember back to my Machete review, the Machete did that same thing. It would get shoved right here, and I think it's the characteristics of this Lettmann, the way they designed their sidewalls like that, very flat. They get pushed up here. But if you kind of get used to it, you can counteract that and really kind of boof out of things and use that to your advantage. I almost knew when it was going to happen when I was dropping into things. I could tell when it was getting ready to happen, so I was ready for it. Yeah, that was one of the biggest cons of this thing, and it got a little edgy from time to time and just in the middle of the current. So you want to get up on it and really drive it like you got somewhere to be. Don't lay back and think you're going to float this thing down the river, because it ain't going to happen for you. Well, not in the boat anyway. Yeah, but overall, I thought the Horny Potato was a pretty good boat. And the good thing is it comes in 2 sizes. There's an 85 and a 65, so you can kind of like a small and a large. So that's also a positive that you can get 2 different sizes in this thing. But I recommend the boat. I recommend at least going out and trying it out, because it's so drastically different than anything else out there. I recommend giving it a whirl. He's gonna take that hammer and make it mashed potatoes. That's what he told me. He said, I'm gonna turn that into mashed potatoes. So yeah, that's all I got, everybody, on the Horny Potato. You know, how goofy is that? See you guys in the next video. Woo!